Hi, I'm Roger from rcbryan.com and the founder of Results.io. In the last video, we talked about systems and procedures, and now we're going to talk about building your team. I talked a little bit about in earlier videos how people tend to try to build their teams too early. And really what that does is it drains their energy. They stop focusing it on growth. It drains their money because they're hiring people when they're really not ready. And then they hire them without systems and procedures, and everything just turns into a mess and they get burnt out and a lot of people quit. So we're going to assume, because you've been following this video series, that you took the time to get the right technology in place, whether that's Trello, Depulse, Confluence, Google Docs, Smartsheets, fucking a whiteboard, I don't care, but you've got something in place. Then you've done your journaling and your systems and procedures analysis, and you've actually outlined the systems and procedures that you want someone to fill in their new role. Now, this could be that you're hiring an office manager who's responsible for doing your billing and accounting, paying your bills. Maybe they're a personal assistant who pays all of the bills and then makes sure that you make it to your flights. I have trouble doing that. Maybe you're hiring an SEO professional because you've got a great business in SEO and you need somebody now that can implement on your vision while you go out and grow and sell. Maybe you're hiring a sales rep because you don't like to sell. You've gotten to the point now where you can afford someone. Whatever that dichotomy is, you've got the systems and procedures in place. Now let's talk about where to get these people. There's 4 places that I like to look for people. So let's start by saying that we're okay with having a completely outsourced business. We work from home and we like to stay that way. I have nothing against that. It doesn't work for me. I need to be in an office to stay motivated. But let's start with Upwork.com. It's a great place to go and find anything that you need within 24 to 48 hours. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that everyone on that website is worth it. In fact, 80% of them are worthless, and that's probably one of the biggest problems a website has. And as you're first getting started hiring people, you're going to want to start outsource. They're cheaper. You don't have the contractual obligations of a full-time employee, or the legal obligations of a full-time employee, the contractual obligations of, say, an on-site or local contractor. You've kind of got this hire-fire mentality in that you can hire them and fire them in the same breath. Not that you want to, but you can without any legal or contractual ramifications. There's an interesting strategy that I'm going to put out there right now for hiring a team. It's called the Rule of 3. When you first hire someone for a new role, and you're going to do it with outsourced workers, I want you to hire 3 people for every position that you need to fill. I want you to hire them with the intent of paying them every penny. You're not doing this and saying, hey, I will pay the best. You're saying, hey, I'm going to hire 3 people to do the exact same thing, 100% the exact same thing. Because here's what's going to happen. One person is going to fuck off, screw around, and 3 days later is going to accomplish nothing. They're going to disappear. They're going to quit. The other 2 are both going to make it to the finish line, but one of them is going to be far better than the other. Instead of hiring one person and screwing around with them for a week or 2 only to not get what you needed, hire 3 people and push them all towards the finish line. Best case scenario, you've got 3 amazing people that get there, and now you're really negotiating based on the number of hours they're available, the rate that you'll pay them, the schedule that they can work. Worst case scenario, when you hire 3 people, you at least accomplish the goal that you set forth to accomplish, even though a couple people may have fallen out along the way. So that's an outsource strategy with Upwork. The second thing is I belong to a lot of Facebook groups. Just today, we're launching a project, and I need somebody that knows how to do Facebook ads in order to grow a Facebook group. It's kind of a unique strategy that I don't see implemented a lot, and it's something I really don't know how to do. I've had a little bit of luck. But our normal Facebook people, they're like, no, we don't really do that. So I went into all of the different Facebook ad groups that I belong to, and I posted there, hey, this is what I got. Do you know how to do it, or do you know somebody that does? The next thing is there's a website called Indeed.com. I really like Indeed. It's very cost efficient. You don't have to pay like $350 to put up a listing. You actually pay per click, just like you would as a marketer, on the number of people that click on your ad and come over and potentially apply. What it does, it allows you to test your copywriting so that you can see whether or not your ad actually converts into people applying. And you get to do it for pennies on the dollar. You can continue to optimize your job placement ad until you get it right and you get the right margins, and you can get tons of applicants. It's a great way to start hiring for in-house help. Now, there's a lot of other websites out there. There's Craigslist. There's just a lot of different things that you can do that. The fourth one is a little bit harder. It takes a little bit of time to develop. In fact, it took me about 2 years to develop the relationships, but it's partnerships with local universities. I've found, like, we've partnered with Kent State and the University of Akron. In fact, this summer we worked with Case Western Reserve University, and I found that we get the best, I'm not going to call them necessarily entry-level talent, but they kind of are. They're coming out of college. You've got to untrain all of the training that they had for the last 4 to 6 years. And you've got to introduce them to your industry. But you know what? You've got systems and procedures and technology in place. You hire smart, motivated people, and this becomes really easy. So let's review those 4 things. Outsource workers on Upwork. Social media networks, groups, masterminds, or even live events. Websites like Indeed and Craigslist. And then partnering with local universities for interns or full-time employees. With systems and procedures and technology, you can really go anywhere to hire a team. One caveat, don't hire your friends. Don't hire your family. You don't need the headaches, just avoid it. And I can say this from the bottom of my heart after making that mistake numerous times. There's nothing worse than having to argue with a friend or a family member when things aren't going right because of that personal, tangible relationship that you're trying not to damage. Just avoid it. We're at that phase now where you're probably around $25,000 a month in income. You're starting to hire your first team members strategically to fill either your weaknesses or the opportunities inside your business. You've got technology in place. You've got systems and procedures in place. Really what we want to do now is we want to build a model to get us to that $100,000 a month or that $83,000 a month, i.e. a 7-figure business. In the next video, we're going to talk about what it takes to actually get there and what to do after. I'll see you in the next video.